Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Evan Knits Things YouTube channel. I'm Evan, and I knit things. Today is podcast episode 17 for this year. I've got a couple of different things to show you, to talk about, not a ton. But I do have a ton of acquisitions because I had a whole bunch of things come all at once. So let's jump right in. Starting with finished objects. You may have noticed that I'm wearing this beautiful beanie in July. This is the Musselburgh Hat by Isolde Teague. This is the second Musselburgh I've knit up, and this one I used 2 strands of fingering weight yarn held together. This particular yarn are 2 different skeins by a dyer that I no longer support. One was like a planned pooling type of dyed, so like when you unskein the yarn and it's a big loop, like this much of it was like a grayish taupe, and then like the little bit that was left was hot pink, and then the other one was like a lightish pink and cream with rainbow speckles, which I'm sure you can see. Here, I'll give you the close-up here. It's super cute. I ended up knitting the adult medium, and this one, if you've made the Musselburgh hat before, you know that there's a variety of gauges that you can choose from. Let me see if I wrote down what needles I used for this. I don't think I did. But yes, I did. I used... The dog is running into the door. I used 3.75 millimeter needles, and I believe I used the 6.5 stitch gauge. If you've made this pattern, you know how it works. If not, don't worry about it. Buy the pattern and find out. It's great. So I started this. I just looked at it and now I closed it. I started this on May 27th, and this has been my purse project since then. So I've only worked on it when I'm in the car, waiting in doctor's offices, things like that. And I finished it last week. So it was cast on for a while, but it didn't get knit on very often. But I really like it. I think it turned out great. I love how adjustable this is. Like, if I wanted to wear it like super millennial and slouchy, I could do that. Right now, honestly, it's just too hot to keep wearing this. Like, the air conditioning's on and I'm wearing a t-shirt, so I thought it would be fine, but it's just too hot. It's just too hot. Let me grab a clip for my hair and tell the dog. Oh my gosh. Okay. That just took 15 minutes of me having to break up fights between my children and dealing with the dog and just trying to not be hot. Okay. Let me take a drink. All right. Next, let's talk WIPs. So I have a pile here. So we're just going to start at the top. I did start Venusaur. So we've got the outline of his head here. That's his little leaf. Here's leaves above his head, and that's one of his feet. So we haven't gotten very far on that. I have been very, very, very busy, but he is started. It's a start. Rapid fire. Let's keep going. Next, we've got the Kuutar top by Sari Nordland. I am knitting this up in fingering weight yarn from dyers who no longer dye. Knitsomniac and the Fawn and the Fox. I believe last time I'd showed you this, I had finished the front panel and was working on the back panel lace. This is going to be really difficult to show you so you can like see what's happening, but here we go. I finished the top, like the front lace panel goes here, and then the back lace panel is obviously exactly the same but on the back. And I have joined in the round at the underarm and knit, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds with it joined. So, woo. 4 rounds on that. I would love to finish this and wear it, but I've got so many other things going on right now, it's really just not in the cards at the moment. So this is currently on hold. I was going to wait and talk about that later, but I can talk about it now. Okay, so if you remember, I had that giant Purl Soho project that was due in a couple days here. Well, I finished it last week. And I shipped it back, and then one day later, they sent me an email and were like, we have an emergency. We sent this sample to another sample maker. They have a whole team. I'm not the only one. To another sample maker, and we got the sample back when they finished it. It's a garment, and it was all messed up. They did several things wrong, and the sample was unusable. Now this is a sample of a design that already exists by them that they are doing in new colors. The yarn that they're using for it, I want to say invented, but that's not the right word. They're coming out with some new colors for this yarn, and they wanted to show off this particular sample in these new colors of yarn, and they were like, I know you've done some work for us on a super short deadline, like emergency type deal. Could you do that for us now? We need this back. It's a full adult size garment. We need it back in 2 weeks. And it's DK weight. So I said yes because the pay is so good. So good. I mean, a DK weight adult garment is going to be a lot of yardage, right? And I'm getting paid like 42 cents a yard for a rush rate. So, I mean, it's the same amount of work as to whether the work is all drawn out as to whether it's really short timing. But that's currently taking up all my time. I just started it on Friday. I have until the first week of August. So that's literally all of my time right now. The only time I'm stopping doing that today is to film and edit this video. And then there will be no more stopping until it's finished and shipped out. Because deadlines like that give me really high anxiety if I'm not working on them. So, next week, you can look forward to a non-podcast episode, but still a video. I have a couple ideas for a video for next week that won't be podcast related because I guarantee I won't have progress on anything else, so I won't have anything to show you. I really wish I could show you this project, but I can't. Maybe I should do a video showing you all of the Purl Soho projects I've worked on that I can show you now. Because like I can show them to you once they come out and say, oh hey, this is what I was working on. But it's usually like 3 to 6 months ahead of time that I'm working on the project, and then like, yeah, I should just do a video all the samples I did this year. We should do that. Okay, anyway, next WIP. Oh, that's the sample I was just telling you about. Next WIP. I did restart my Padstow test knit for, this is Padstow Cardigan by Victoria Marchant Knits. I will put a picture of what it looked like finished here. I had it all finished. You saw it on the podcast last time. And it's super cute. It just wasn't the right size for me. So, making a smaller size. And I did cast it on. That's all I wanted to accomplish. I did that. It's cast on. To jog your memory, for this I am using, it's wound together now since I just unraveled it, like, with my ball winder. I am using, oh, I actually have a skein right here. Red Door Fiber Studio Alpaca Sock, which is a 50-20-20, a 50% non-superwash merino, a 25% superfine alpaca, 25% nylon blend, which is 423 yards per 100 grams. And this is the colorway Lavender Latte OOAK, which means one of a kind. So you cannot get this unless you found it in a Destash or something. But I am holding this double with also Red Door's classic Surrey lace in the colorway Misty Step. That doesn't go in there. The Surrey lace, I believe, is a 74% baby Surrey alpaca, 26% silk, though it could be 76-24. I don't entirely remember. But anyway, it's beautiful. It will be beautiful again when I can work on it. That test knit finishes at the end of September, and the pattern will be out in mid-October. So, look forward to more details about that then. We are technically into new cast-ons now. So, first new cast-on, the Acadia tank top by Kristen. Where's my notebook? The Acadia tank by Kristen Zimmel, or Snitches Get Purled on Instagram. This is a test knit that I am doing for her, which is due September 18th. So this is a cute little button-up tank. It's top down. I've got the straps finished. I've got the back panel finished. The two front panels. And I have joined the whole thing together for just a few rows there. The yarn I am using for this, the darker colored yarn, is from a dyer I don't support anymore, and the light gray for the stripes is so old from a sweater that I knit years and years and years ago that I don't have any idea what it is. So, sorry. Don't know what it is. I just have a ball like this big left over of it that I'm using for these stripes. This tank will be super duper cute. This is a merino nylon blend, both of them. I'm knitting the size large. It'll go like this. It's got buttons and stripes, and it'll be great if I get the chance to work on it again. Here was my little swatch. I tried two different colors of yarn for the stripes. I went with the gray because it just pops so much nicer than that pink. Honestly, I thought I was going to prefer the pink, but I don't. So, that's how that goes, I guess. Okay, next is technically not a new cast on, but I want to talk to you about it anyway because I don't have anything else to talk to you about. So, you may have seen on Instagram this past week, Leslie of Knit California set up her very second test knit. Very second. Sent out a test call for her second design, the California sweater, which is a lot like the Lento, but it's a drop shoulder. So it's an open gauge drop shoulder sweater with a fingering weight yarn held double with a lace weight yarn. And I'll put a picture of her sample here. But I got into the test call. I'll be making the size large, and I am going to use, I'm technically using 3 different yarns, since these are 2 different colors, but they work really, really well together. So I'll be striping them. These are both Knit Picks Hawthorne. I don't remember what the color names are off the top of my head, but I can put them on the screen. This one is this colorway, the red one, and this more purple one is this colorway. Do you like this Vanna White moment I'm having? And I'll be holding that double with Red Door Fiber Studio Surrey Lace, which is I was right, it's 74% baby Surrey alpaca, 26% silk, 328 yards per 50 grams, and this is the colorway Gift of Gab, and I think that's just going to be stunning. It's going to be amazing. So good. So I'm going to hold those together, and I haven't cast on or even swatched yet because I haven't had time, but I'm just really excited about it. So, like, I wound the yarn. I do still need to wind the Surrey. I didn't get time to do that. But I'm very excited about it. It should be super fast since it's such an open gauge. And I love my Lento. So, very excited about that. Next is, what am I wearing? I am wearing my Red Door Fiber Studio Witcher t-shirt, and I was wearing my Musselburgh hat, but I'm not now because it's hot. So that's what I'm wearing. Goals this week is just to work on the sample. Something a little bit different this week. I am doing a destash of all of the mohair things in my collection because my son and my husband are both horribly allergic to mohair, which we have recently discovered since I worked on that mohair Lento, and I can't wear it even around the house, like not even that close to them without them both dying. So I'll put a picture of all of the things that I am destashing. There are 4 sweaters and some yarn. If you have interest in any of those things, head on over to my Instagram, Evan Knits Things. There's also a link in the description box, and check it out. There are prices and measurements and offers accepted. I just need them out of my house. So let me know if you have interest in any of those things. Next, let's talk acquisitions. So, from the 1-day free shipping from Knit Picks, I ended up getting 2 skeins of the Oceana to go with the 1 skein that they sent me to check out. So I'm going to make these 3 skeins into a really cool striped beanie. Now I know it looks like a ton of yarn, but it's really not. It's just fluffy. This is 136 grams per, or yards per 50 grams. So 136 yards is really not that much yarn. Do I need 3 skeins to make a hat? No, 2 would be fine, but I wanted to stripe these 3 colors together because I love them so much. This blue one is called Swordfish. The green one is Sea Lettuce. And this purple one is Tigerfish. And the really cool thing about this Oceania yarn is that it is 54% superfine alpaca and 46% sequal, which, if you are unaware, is recycled marine plastics made into yarn, which I think is so cool. And it doesn't feel like that at all. It's really fluffy, it's really soft. I mean, look at that halo. It's really great. I really want to cast this on like right now, but I don't have time. I also don't have anywhere to put this right now. I find it really hard to find a place to store balls of yarn rather than skeins. Skeins lie flat, balls don't. Okay, next acquisition. Solstice Fiber Studio this past week had $12 mystery skeins. So I jumped on that, and man, did I luck out. I got the 2 most perfect skeins for me ever. Look at this. I got 2 skeins of her classic DK. In the little notes box, I put that I don't really like yellow, but that's the only thing I gave her, and this is what I got, and it could not be more perfect. This colorway is called Moonlit Night, and it's 100% superwash merino, 231 yards per 100 grams. It's a DK weight. I have no idea what I'll do with this, but I may get a few more. Because it's such a good deal. And I don't think there's any colorways from Solstice that I've been like, oh, I hate that, unless they were yellow. And it's not that I hate the way yellow looks, I hate the way yellow looks on me. So, unless it's highlighter yellow, that's different. But these are incredible, and I'm really excited about having them. Put these with my other DK weights right there. And the final thing that I will show you guys this week, this is a spoiler, okay? I'm warning you now. This is a spoiler for Long Dog Yarn's Yarn of Enchantment monthly club for the month of June. So, if you ordered June's Yarn of Enchantment from Long Dog Yarn and you don't have it yet and you want to be surprised, now is the time to either fast forward to the next section or just click out of this video and I'll see you next time. Okay. Look at it. June's inspiration was Roswell, and the picture was this lamppost with alien eyes, and the color that she showed was like black, lime green, blue, and I was like, immediately sold, say less. So, both of these are on her Sparkle Sock base, which is a 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina, and it's 438 yards per 100 grams, and then there's also a mini. So this is a sock set. She has named this sock set the Roswell Incident. Or it's not June's colorway, it's July's colorway. That's right. You order it in June for July. So, like, I know you can't see the sparkle in there because it never shows up on camera, but this yarn is incredible. It's like dark blue with a little bit of gray and teal in there and some lime green, and the sparkle is just incredible. Like, this would be amazing socks, but people won't get to see it as much of its socks. So I feel like maybe it needs to be a striped hat, but I don't know. It's so good. Brandy, wow. You've outdone yourself again. It's amazing. I love it. I need a special spot for sock sets. I don't really have that many, but I do need a spot for them. I actually think I only have 2 currently. I used to have a lot more, but well, I never kept them as sets when I had them, that's why. Anyway, so that's that. Let's talk books. For a minute here. Okay, so recently I've gotten more into Way of Kings. Okay, I'm 70% or like 72% into Way of Kings now. The first 35 hours of this book I was bored, but now I am obsessed and I must know what happens. And Brandon Sanderson always does this to me. The first 3/4 of the book I'm bored, but I'm holding on because I know it's going to be amazing. He's done it again. He's done it again. I am both annoyed and amused. So, there's that. Way of Kings, yes. What else have I read recently? I've been reading through the Black Clover manga. I have watched most of the show. Well, okay, I had watched all of the show up until 2 years ago. Anything that's come out in the past 2 years, I have not seen. Other books I've finished recently. Books 2 and 3 of Elemental Mysteries by Elizabeth Hunter. I just finished book 3, The Force of Wind, the other night. I was bored for about half the book, but I liked the characters enough that I kept going. I just started book 4, A Fall of Water, last night. I'm only a chapter in, so I don't know about that yet. There's clearly going on something with Giovanni. We're going to learn something about his dad. I hate Lorenzo. Okay. The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. Loved it. From the time they started calling River Americano, I was sold. Like, that's all I needed. I loved a romance about 30-somethings, especially one of them with a kid. Love it. The spice was okay. It wasn't great. It was okay. The lead up to it, excellent. The actual spice, meh. But, you know, you can't win everything. I really liked it. I will read more from her. What else have I read recently? My husband and I read book 1 of Shadow and Bone together. It was my second time through, his first. Forgot how much I loved the Darkling. I've read the whole thing, so I know what happens, but he doesn't, so this whole thing for him is very complicated. We're still very slowly working our way through the tandem read of Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn. It's fine. We're just slow. What else have I read? I finished Geekerella by Ashley Poston. Super cute. will eventually get to the second one. I am currently reading You Again by, I forget the name. I'll put it on the screen. Love this book. So good. I'm almost done with it. They're currently broken up since they weren't together, but whatever. I won't spoil you. I like it a lot. Spice in this one, excellent. And that's all the books. Knit Picks Summer Sale, still happening. So, Knit Picks Summer Sale. There's a couple different things happening right now. Today, for me, is Monday, July 22nd. When this goes live, it will be Tuesday, July 23rd. So from the 23rd until the 29th, there's an extra 10% off bulky weight yarn. I'll put the code on the screen because there's too many codes right now. I can't remember them all. I'll also put all of this information in the description box. There's an extra 10% off bulky weight yarn. Starting the 24th, there is 30% off needles and 40% off needle clutches. And then it's also Christmas in July now, so you can get 20% off your order of over $200 with this code. And all of these things go until the 29th. That's the end of the summer sale, the 29th. So, if you need needles or bulky weight yarn or like all the things that have been on sale are still on sale. There's a ton of yarn in the sale section, up to 60% off. Lots of really good stuff. I'm considering investing in a new needle set just because it's so much more affordable than the Chiagu needle set. And yes, Chiagu is my favorite needle brand, but Knit Picks now has those metal cords like Chiagu, but I haven't tried them because they only work with their one specific needle set. So I'm considering trying it. I haven't decided yet. But that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. I hoped you liked this week's episode. Stop Talking to Me watch. Like and subscribe. Head on over to Instagram and follow me over there, and I will see you next time.